When the pandemic hit, we went from playing video games together in person to playing video games together, but online. As Michigan State prepares to add 350 more in-person classes in the spring, we've already seen some precautionary measures around campus, like this bench with a max occupancy of 1. Hey man, read the sign. Welcome in everyone to the first ever Broadcaster vs. Player Challenge. And for Parma Western, it was 14 years of waiting. But tonight, after a win over Harper Creek to clinch the conference championship, the wait for them is all over. And you can tell these celebrations you're about to see, they're 14 years in the making. You know, Seth, whoever said low-scoring games can't be exciting, I want to word with them because that is about the most exciting high school football game I have seen in a while. Big plays, big hits, it was wonderful. And these Potterville kids have been waiting a little while for this win. 20 straight games without feeling what they felt tonight. Victory. They've been waiting for this day.
5 o'clock this morning.
We got here at 4:30 yesterday afternoon.
Even losing sleep over it.
He doesn't sleep, man. He fights every day for us.
Like Justin Edlin, who stepped into his place in line at 11 o'clock last night.
I'm here to support our president.
This guy is awesome.
After driving from southern Indiana. Justin came alone, but made friends through the night.
I met him at last night.
Anybody that supports Trump, we love him. We're all one big happy family.
This one big family lined up through the night at the Lansing airport to be part of President Trump's rally.
Everybody needs a temp check, everybody needs a mask.
Our great president, he's amazing. I'm a proud, openly gay man. I support Donald Trump.
Justin found himself next to strangers for 15 hours.
I was into Elizabeth Warren campaign, listened to Bernie Sanders.
And they forgive him for not always supporting the president.
I think the gay community that supports Trump, I think they are the silent majority.
I came out of my narrow-mindedness to open acceptance and actually listen to the right, and I came to the right side.
In this case, his new family didn't hold a grudge.
We love him.
Thousands stood in line. It was a cold, sometimes wet wait with no sleep. A small sacrifice, they say, to be able to thank the president in person.
And that's why we got to go thank him. That's the number one thing we got to do.
In Lansing, Ian Gilmour, Focal Point News. On a night when the sports world seemed to stand still, the Rock at MSU sits in silence.
It's crazy.
It still hasn't settled in.
A big thing that I thought about today was like life just isn't fair. Like that he doesn't deserve this. Does not deserve this.
NBA superstar Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 other passengers died in a helicopter crash.
Because it's Kobe, he can't. You got that picture of him. He's like, he can't die.
I mean, right when I found out, I thought it was just a rumor. Kind of like, a publicity stunt, just a headline.
These MSU students came to pay their respects.
I gathered all these guys and I said, no, let's just do it.
In the only way they knew they could.
Directly after, literally as soon as we got done, somebody rolled up right behind us and they came and took a picture with us. So that was kind of cool.
Personally, he's a hero of mine. Just the Mamba mentality, having that mentality and going hard as you can, giving everything you have. It's so important, not only with sports, but with your schoolwork, with anything that you put your mind to. Having that mentality, it's another level.
But Kobe's influence spread beyond just the sport he played.
Kind of like, just remembering him, like who he was as a person beyond basketball.
He showed loyalty, determination. His whole story, how he came up is, it's bigger than basketball.
His voice has gone silent now.
I think people just kind of really, they realize that, you can only appreciate something so much until it's gone.
But his legacy will be carried on by his fans all over the world.
Steadfast, inspirational,
magnificent, loyalty, hard worker.
Kobe Bryant, when you have nothing left, you still give more.
In East Lansing, I'm Ian Gilmour. It's a normal, albeit rainy, weekday on this college street. At least the new normal we've gotten used to.
We've just been playing a lot more.
At 172 Gunson Street, they've had more time on their hands.
We probably played 20 games the first 2 weeks because we were just like sitting here.
20 games of NBA 2K basketball. They're not the only ones who have played more video games in the past 8 months.
Yeah, way more than usual. Since you can't really go out and like do anything or, be around a lot of people, usually just have more time to play video games at home.
Matt Mulligan plays FIFA. Online classes allow him to structure his days with more free time.
I can kind of just do classes whenever I want, and if I want to do it in the morning, or I can kind of plan my day around what I want to do more than I have class at a certain time.
When the pandemic hit, we went from playing video games together in person to playing video games together, but online.
About 115 people would come every Friday night. Now, obviously, none of that is happening, and everything has been shifted to online.
While gaming does lend itself to being online, it's more difficult for the larger groups to simulate what they had in person.
It's easier to replicate 5 people getting together to play StarCraft than it is 115 people in the same physical space to be part of a Smash Brothers community.
As for the success of gaming these days,
don't go do things. Don't be in public. Don't gather. Video games allow a way around all of those rules that's still safe, right? I think that's the biggest advantage they've got right now.
Reporting for the Spartan Newsroom, I'm Ian Gilmour.
That was such a bad way to end that game.